Hi guys, I'm Doritos, and today I'm going to be walking you through the most meta custom tactics in FIFA 23 right now. So, the pros have been very much a big fan of the 4-3-2-1 as of late. They will often switch to maybe a 4-2-2-2, that's always kind of an old reliable. But the 4-3-1-2 has been heavily overlooked. I feel like it had a very brief spell earlier in the game cycle where people were kind of contemplating it, but they soon moved over to the 4-3-2-1. Now, as good as the 4-3-2-1 is, I feel like for anyone less than a pro player or less than a 20-0 player, the tactics don't translate across to how most of us play the game. The 4-3-1-2, however, gives you all the same pluses, but it caters it to a more casual player base, in my opinion. I'll show you some tactics. We're not going to stall because we're going to get into some gameplay soon to show you how this actually works in game. The defensive style, you just want to leave that unbalanced. Pressure on heavy touch and press after possession loss. You're just going to get your AI doing things for you, and sometimes it's just not useful, so we're going to ignore those. Constant pressure, you only go to that if your back's against the wall. Drop back, you're just asking for people to come onto you, so completely ignore that one. We're going to run with balanced. Defensive width. Now, this is probably the only part of the tactic I am not completely set on. I've been using 35 width. That's very compact at the back. And with it being compact at the back, you're never really, so long as your tracking runs well, going to concede through the middle, those cheesy, over the top through balls. If you're compact at the back and your tracking runs well enough, this prevents that. However, if your team is squeezed in to be more compact, you are leaving those wide areas more exposed. Now, with that in mind, I don't think of that as a negative because this forces people to go down the wings. So you know that's what they're going to do. So long as you anticipate them trying to get in through the flanks, you can prevent them there as well because you're reading what they're going to do before they've done it. So with this, start with the 35. If you're struggling to stop them on the wing, you can up this anywhere up to, I'd say, high 40s, maybe up to 50, but play around that, see what suits you. I'm running with the 35 width on that one. Depth. Now, if you suck at defending, you're going to have to get a little bit better, I'm afraid, because what is very effective in this game right now is a high line, and the magic number this year seems to be 72. With this depth, you will get automatic offside traps. Now, if you're good at the game, you probably do offside traps anyway. But with an automatic offside trap, not in my experience anyway, it never does an offside trap badly. It will always be a useful offside trap when the AI does it for you. 72 depth will give you that. So that's what we're going to run with. We're going to be pinning the opponent back. We're going to be trying to win the ball high up the pitch. And we're going to be getting those automatic offside traps as well. You have to keep your eye on runners though, because you are high up the pitch. You are leaving a lot of space in behind. Okay, build up play. I think some people sometimes delve in fast build up, but balanced. You don't need to go with anything else there. Chance creation, sound like a broken record, but direct passing, you've probably heard this 1,000 times. You knew that was going to be on direct passing. Width. So, some people do like to play a higher width in this game, but in this formation, with how we'll be using the player instructions, we don't need it to be too wide because we're going to have overlapping runners anyway. Width 45 seems to be the sweet spot. Players in the box, keep this to 4. I see a lot of people put this around 6, but with this setup, with 6, it just feels too exposed. It just feels like you are leaving too many openings. 4 seems to be the sweet spot. You will, if you're very into your custom tactics, you will know the 4-3-2-1 meta. They do have this on 6. Drop it down to 4. That is going to cater it to a non-pro player a lot better. Trust me, you do not have minimal players going forward with this at 4. It just stops so many counter-attacks going against you. Corners and free kicks, I personally just have both of these on 2. It just seems to be the best balance of having people up when you've got a corner or a free kick, but enough people back so you're not getting counter-attacked. So for the player instructions, we're going to start with the strikers and work our way back. So we're going to start with Kaka and Cantona here up top. We're going to have both of those and stay central, getting behind. This is because we just don't want our strikers drifting off into wide areas. We want them both in the middle, both pushing up against the two centre-backs. For the Cam, he's going to be on comeback and defence. Left centre mid is stay back, cover centre. Mateus, who's in the centre there, is going to be stay back and cover centre as well. And Neymar is going to be on get into the box to cross. We're not going to touch anything else there. So the reason we have these four set up like this is because we want it to defend in a 4-4-2. This is common with the 4-3-2-1 meta tactics. It's common with the 4-2-2-2 because it's already in that shape. You essentially want to defend in a 4-4-2 because it's the best formation to defend in. There's no other reason than that. So by having Mahrez come back and Neymar unbalanced, they're both going to drift off wide. So Neymar off to the right, Mahrez off to the left, and you're going to have Cancelo and Mateus sit as the two centre mids as a pair, and that's going to allow us to have a much more robust defence when the opposition is counter-attacking. For the defence, we're going to have the left back on balanced overlap and the right back on stay back overlap. Again, this is very parallel with the 4-3-2-1. You want an overlapping left back. You want a bit more of a defensive right back who will, because he has the overlap instruction, only push forward when it's absolutely open and necessary for him to do so. But essentially, your left back is your committed overlap. With this is to create overloads in the attack and always have that extra passing option. The centre backs balanced, goalkeeper balanced. Some people like to go with the comes with crosses sweeper keeper. I've honestly never touched it, never felt the need for it. But if that's something you do and it works for you, by all means go for that. So with these tactics, I think the next thing is to talk you through the kinds of players you need for this to be truly effective, for you to get the most out of the formation. Okay, so for the type of players you need, let's start with the goalkeeper. Whoever works. There is no science to goalkeepers in this game. Just find someone that saves shots for you and doesn't make lots of stupid mistakes, and you can't go far wrong. Centre backs, there is a bit of criteria here I would stick to. You need pace. If you want to be as competitive as possible, they need to be lengthy. The reason they need to be lengthy is that the sort of runs centre-backs track in this game tend to be over longer distances. The lengthy running style is the strongest running style over longer distances in this game. As for your right back, I personally like quite a physical right back just because they are the more defensive orientated one, but ability going forward is always welcome still, just because of that overlap instruction. He will from times get forward. The left back, now this is going to sound a little bit contradictory because I've got Ashley Cole in my team. The left back, preferably ability on the ball, final product, very fast, very good stamina as well. Do not overlook the stamina because this is probably going to be the person doing the most miles in your team. So ensure they're fast as well. Skill moves is an absolute bonus for sure because they're going to be getting in offensive areas, causing overloads. So any sort of attacking ability they have is going to be a big bonus for this setup as well. So I've got Ashley Cole, so that's quite contradictory. He's not ideal. Really, someone like Cancelo would be great at this. Ferland Mendy's like the obvious cheap option. You've got that new Robertson card with the 5-star skills. That's a good option. Anyone with ability going forward that has very good stamina and is fast, you can't go wrong. So for our centre mids, we'll start off with the middle centre mid. I'll get this up in the formation actually, just so it's a little bit clearer from here. So for your middle centre mid, this needs to be your destroyer. This needs to be your physical, really just fast, strong. They are your anchor. They are your defensive player. Now, because it does depend on a 4-4-2, you realistically do want them to have some ability on the ball still. You don't want them to be taking touches like centre-backs tend to. You want someone with a bit more ability on the ball. Mateus doesn't necessarily fit this bill exactly, but I feel like Mateus is one of 2 or 3 small players on this game that play like they're 6'5" and 250 pounds. He just seems to bully everybody team. So the sort of players you're looking at here are Vieira, that World Cup Zakaria card, the Paulinia SBC card would be a good one if you did that. Just anyone really physical, a bully. They are the disruptor in your midfield. For your left centre mid, this needs to be a box-to-box player. So good passing, good ability on the ball. The more skill moves and weak foot, the better. Joao Cancelo is a very good player in this position, but someone like that new Jorginho card would be excellent for this position. The likes of a Renato Sanchez is very good in this position. You can basically go for like a true box-to-box or just someone that's exceptional at pinging a ball. They're kind of the two kinds of players you want to put in this position. Players. I don't know why I said it like that. So, your right centre mid. Your right centre mid is as much of an attacker as your front three. This needs to be someone that you trust in the box, you can manoeuvre with, they need to be fast, they need to have, if you do skill moves, you need them to have 5-star skill moves, preferably. A lot of the pros use Ala Wairan in this position just because he's rapid, a very strong runner on the ball. That sort of player works very well as well. I personally utilise skill moves a lot in this game, so someone like Neymar, great on both feet, 5-star skill moves, I trust him in the box. That's the kind of player you want in this position. For your cam, it's kind of black and white, really. You just want a very good attacking mid. Someone with skill moves, good weak foot, pace, good finishing ability, very good final product, good passing, everything really. They need to be a really creative player that's agile and very good on the ball. Now, your strikers. There's no real telling people what they need to have here. It depends what you like. I've seen people run the likes of a Eusebio and a Haaland, small guy, little guy, you know, deadly finishers. If you're like me, and again, you utilise the skill moves a lot more, someone like Cantona, who kind of has that CR7 thing about him where he's big, but he's still quick and agile and he's strong. He's got the skill, he's got the great finishing, he has those unique animations. That's what I like there. And I've got Kaka there just because I've crafted him for Team of the Year and he's very good in game. Best case scenario, you have a right foot on the right, left foot on the left, outside of the foot trait on both. That's really playing to the meta of the game then. Anyway, I feel like I've been talking forever. Let's get into some games and you'll truly see how this formation works then. Let's get into it. I'll do a bit of work with Kaka here. Very nice. There we go. Right. Right, we're back in this one. Let's see how we go. I'm a very slow starter on FIFA. I always have been. Takes me I have to concede a couple of goals before I wake up. Dallo cleaning up as always. He's such a good right back. I actually prefer him to Walker on this game. I think he's absolutely excellent. Okay, here's our offensive left back here. Let's see what we can do here from the wing. Very nice. And that's 1-0. So that was a very good example there of how the left back creating that overlap. You just outnumber your opponent on the attack because his right back commits to your left back that's pushed, but then you've got a striker, a cam, a centre mid, another striker. See if we can get a move going here. Mahrez, a cam, like I say, he's one of our most creative players on the pitch for sure. Goal into Kaka, very nice feet. Was he not shot? Oh dear. But a good example of the overlapping wing back at least. Oh, he's giving it us back here. Okay, great tackle from Cancelo there. Box to box, the workhorse of the team. Okay, it's a bit of a trampy one, but I just wanted to get the lead. But that's a good example there of how your centre mid, just you want the pace, you want to be able to trust them in the box because as you saw there with Neymar, they really do commit forward in this formation. So don't think of it as a centre mid. You know, you want someone that's very capable in the box going forward in that position. Feet there from Cole. The box is threaded in Kaka there very nicely into Cantona. Oh, he threaded it. What a terrible shot. Did not deserve to score there. But again, with the stay central instruction there and the getting behind instruction, what you find is that those two front men are always close by each other. You've always got that passing option on. Cancelo again. I tell you what, Cancelo does not let anybody off the hook lightly. Oh, look at him go. Oh, see you later. Oh my God, see you all later. There we go. This is, again, I love having the skill moves on the attackers because it just allows you to be so much more unpredictable and creative. If you don't use skill moves much, I really encourage you just to learn at least the basic ones. Mateus cleaning up, I love that. That's a lovely goal from Neymar, that is. I love his unique animation on the rainbow. If it wasn't Neymar, I probably wouldn't do it. I'll tell you what, considering Cole's the defensive left back, he doesn't have to put in some work at the back. There he is. Speaking of the devil. Is it him? Oh. See, that's where you could do with someone better as an attacker. Like Cole hasn't got a shot on him. You do want some finishing ability on your left back if you're committing them forward like we are in this formation. Okay, I feel like I'm overplaying it a little bit here. I might just try and keep it a bit more simple. There we go. So from the game so far, I think the things that really stand out are your left back is everywhere. They're always there with an attacking presence. They're always having to make recovery runs to fill the gap that they've left. The box to box is a workhorse, always pressuring the opponent into having to make decisions quicker. Your more defensive orientated midfielder is always there as a safety net. Your centre backs have to have good AI and be fast. You just need a lot of creativity in the attack. And with the way it's balanced, it's like you feel like you've got lots of people going forward, but it also feels like you've got enough back to clear up as well. It's just so fluid to play with once you get used to it. Oh, that's a great ball. If you want to move the keeper, mate, we'll take it. Thanks for the freebie. We'll take the overlap, though. There we go. Oh, no. Clearly. Right, let's try that again. Got the same move. There we go. It worked that time. Lovely little time shot there by Cantona. Seems to be, and this is the beauty of this formation, is you've got the overlap, so you're good at width, but you've got so many people in the middle. You can absolutely make plays through the middle with lots of options as well. And that seems to be how I'm getting in at this guy, so I'm going to keep doing that, I think. Right, lovely. That getting behind him, Kaka again doing bits, and he's absolutely roofed it. Oh, absolute body on the line from Ramos. Right, that's a nice front there from Mahrez. Let's see what we can do with this. Oh, Cantona, stop it. Absolutely love this card. Okay, guys, to summarise, I think the points to bear in mind when using this formation for you to get the most out of it is always remember you've got your left back there as an overlap. So you've always got that extra option. Remember, despite that, you haven't always got to go wide. You've always got the option to go through the middle as well, because you've got your front triangle, you've got Neymar, well, Neymar in my case, you've got your right centre mid always committing as well into the box. So that's an extra person in the box there as well. So you've always got options, and that's what's so great about this formation. It's just so many options. And what this gives you that a 4-3-2-1 doesn't is that guy in the hole. Having that cam, that's someone you can always drop the ball back to someone like myself, and to probably most of you watching, if you're not a pro, having just that person you can always drop the ball back to is invaluable. And it just allows you to make the most out of your attacks. As you can see on the defence, you are sometimes, it looks like you're open, but as long as you've got those centre backs that are lengthy, they're fast, they've got good AI, 99% of the time they bail you out if you don't make a mistake. Enjoy the tactics, guys. Let me know what you think of them down below. Let me know how you get on with it. More than anything, if there's something that you're not sure about, by all means, just ask me. You can DM me on Instagram. You can leave it in the comments below. I'm all ears. I'm happy to help you guys out. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Take care, guys.